Good morning, troops. You are locked into the Combat Ready HQ SitRep, your frontline feed on global military flashpoints. I'm Craig, a former British soldier, and the world is heating up. And if you're not switched on, you are switched off. Today we are covering Ukraine's cross-border manoeuvres, Gaza's deepening humanitarian crisis, Iran's threats of escalation, tensions in Taiwan, North Korea, and a growing instability across multiple regions. And of course, we're activating the Combat Ready HQ Cyril flashpoints, our breakdown of where things could kick off next. But before we get started, make sure you do head over to combatreadyhq.co.uk and check out some of the best coffee blends on the market and some of our merchandise as well. Big shout out to all of you who've liked, shared and subscribed, and if you can continue to do so, I'd hugely appreciate it. And a massive shout out to all of our channel members. What's going on then? Ukraine cross-border counteroffensives and Western reinforcement. Ukraine has launched cross-border operations into Russia's Belgorod region, seizing territory near Demidovka. This is Ukraine's first confirmed hold of Russian land since the war began. President Zelensky made the move public, stating that it aims to draw Russian troops away from Kharkiv and Sumy, where pressure has been mounting. This marks a tactical shift from defence to offensive containment, disrupting military artillery lines and logistics hubs behind the front. Russian forces are being forced to stretch their already thin lines. Meanwhile, NATO support continues. Belgium has pledged $1 billion in aid and is preparing to send F-16s to reinforce Ukraine's increasingly capable air defence and attack infrastructure. This message is clear. Europe's backing is hardening and Ukraine isn't just holding out, they're pushing forward. Gaza, civilian crisis, military pressure and regional fallout. The Gaza Strip remains under pressure. After a ceasefire collapsed in March, Israeli forces renewed airstrikes, levelling infrastructure and targeting Hamas assets. The Islamic University of Gaza has been partially converted into a makeshift shelter for displaced families. Over 400,000 civilians have now been displaced. Aid is either stuck at the borders or severely limited. Food, medicine and fuel are running out fast. Israel has now created the Moro Corridor, a north-south zone bisecting the Gaza. The goal: divide Hamas forces, disrupt tunnels and arms smuggling routes, isolate resistant strongholds, but tensions are rising across the region, with Hezbollah signalling mobilisation in Lebanon and Iranian proxies becoming increasingly vocal. Iran nuclear flashpoint and Western posturing. All eyes are on Iran. With uranium enrichment now estimated to be over 80,000 purity, the US has issued an ultimatum: stand down the program or face direct action. President Trump told media this week they can do it the easy way or the hard way. To back the threat, the US has deployed B-2 stealth bombers to Diego, Gaza, a base often used in pre-striking position. Oman is hosting last-minute diplomatic talks, but Iran's Revolutionary Guard has placed missile units on alert. If diplomacy fails, this could spiral fast. Here in the UK, MI5 is increasing counter-terror awareness due to the chatter of Iranian-linked threats should the UK support US strikes, so keep your eyes peeled. Houthi rebels in Yemen. Houthi rebels in Yemen have renewed attacks on international shipping in the Red Sea using drones and ballistic missiles. They've struck multiple cargo vessels allegedly tied to Israel or the West. Global trade is feeling the heat. Ships are now rerouting around the Cape of Good Hope, a detour that adds weeks and costs to global supply chains. In response, the US, UK and allied navies have launched Operation Prosperity Guardian. Carrier strike groups are escorting ships and precision strikes are targeting Houthi launching sites. Taiwan Strait, the ticking clock. As US-China tensions worsen in the wake of trade tariffs, Taiwan is once again in Beijing's crosshairs. Over the last 72 hours, PLA Navy vessels have encircled the island during a full-scale combat drill. Taipei has scrambled jets and deployed coastal missile batteries. The US Pacific Command has repositioned elements of its 7th Fleet in a show of force. Cyber attacks against Taiwan's infrastructure have also surged, a likely testbed before potential hybrid operations. North Korea, cruise missile launch and psychological warfare. North Korea continues its pattern of provocation. Kim Jong-un supervised a new round of cruise missile launches aimed at testing Japan and missile defence. This conflict, with expanded joint exercises between South Korea and the US, prompting fears of accidental escalation. Kim's regime is also testing underwater drone systems that could potentially deliver nuclear payloads undetected, an alarming new development in asymmetric warfare. Our Combat Ready HQ Sorrel flashpoints. Let's break down the Combat Ready HQ Sorrel flashpoints, the key global hot zones we are tracking for potential escalation. The Belgorod, Russia. Ukraine's advance could draw major retaliation. Watch for heavy artillery build-ups and airstrikes along the border. The Gaza Strip. Worsening humanitarian situation could spark international intervention or Hezbollah's activation in the north. Taiwan Strait, Iran. Diplomatic talks in Oman are on knife edge. Diego Gaza bomber groups are on a 24-hour readiness. The Red Sea corridor. Maritime trade remains under threat. Increased naval skirmishes likely. Taiwan Strait. China's military activity is escalating toward possible blockade rehearsals. Korean Peninsula. Missile tests continue. Risk of miscalculation during exercises is high. The world isn't slowing down and neither are we. Let me know in the comments what you think the next flashpoint will be. If you're watching from the military or a vet yourself, drop your insight. Do make sure you subscribe, share this sitrep and support the mission by checking out our store at www.combatreadyhq.co.uk for the latest gear and high quality coffee. Stay sharp, stay switched on, and as always, never be beaten. Here at Combat Ready HQ, we are all about challenging limits and embracing innovation. That's why I'm thrilled to introduce our sponsor DYU Cycle and their game-changing electric bikes, the C1 and the C6 Pro. These aren't just bikes, they're your gateway to a whole new riding experience. The DYU C1 is built for versatility with 26 x 2.5 inch all-terrain tyres. It confidently handles cobblestone streets, muddy paths and rainy conditions. Its removable battery gives you an impressive range of up to 65 km with a top speed of 25 km an hour. It's perfect for taking on urban adventures. Then there's the C6 Pro, the ultimate adventure companion. Designed for performance and comfort, it boasts a longer range of 75 km, robust build quality and off-road capability. Whether you're hitting the trails or cruising along distances, this bike will have your back. And the great things about this, they come pretty much half assembled. You get a padlock and chain with it, and it comes with the battery charger and all the keys and accessories that you need. DYU bikes redefine convenience and versatility, making them perfect for riders of all levels. Want to commute smarter or explore further? These are the bikes for you. You can check out both bikes in the description below. There's also a discount code for you to use as well. These are great bikes if you just want to get out, explore and adventure, and they've got a whole range of different bikes, whether it's city, urban bikes or more rural adventures. Honestly, check them out in the description below.